got my microphone going. Well, I'll tell you something. I was just watching. I'm gonna put that down there. I don't need to see myself, I don't think. See if this thing is going to work. There we are. I can see myself on the screen over there, and it says I'm handsome. I don't know if I can believe that or not, but that's what it says. It says, Chester, you a handsome dude. All right. Here I sit. And I was watching the trucker's coach there, and he has his phone-in thing, which is pretty good. It'd be nice to have that kind of setup. Not out here anyway. But they was talking about the little guy, I think, and how he's a spokesperson via the media director for TRAVELOKO. And that's a big title for a small company. But hey, who knows? I don't know. If they say he's a media director, then he's a media director. But anyway, I think people have, I got to get myself comfortable here. When you get old, man, things are tough. Things are tough. Well, I can't even see my goddamn self. All right. I don't know what the hell that is. Well, I don't know. I couldn't have the YouTube going and my stuff here going. Too much, I guess. I need some water. Been having all those soda pops and coffee and stuff like that. But anyway, I think there's this illusion out there in this YouTube trucker world that you have some major importance, to the general public. And it's a shame that people feel that way. They think they're entertainers. It's like, no, I'm sitting on here. I'm not an entertainer. I'm just voicing my thoughts on YouTube. There are some very fine YouTube truckers out there, who have good things to say that are interesting, And then there are others that, I think they take their hand and reach around the back of their pants, and pull out some kind of thought, But hey, that's the way it is. That gum thing, I tell you, man. Don't get old, buddy. Do not get old. You cannot get comfortable. At least I can't, anyway. Too many bumps in the chair. I'm watching the trucks come down 58. I guess maybe you can see a little bit of it. Let's see if I can get something over here for you to look at. I don't know. Nope, that's ugly old me. There we go. So here they come down 58. I posted one earlier. I had this load that was going up to Sacramento, but unfortunately I ran out of time, and the load had to be there at 7 in the morning, and there was no way it was going to make it. Now, I got to tell you, when I first seen the load earlier this morning, now I hadn't even made it to the first delivery, okay, on a previous load. You know, it wasn't until 9:30 local time, and they wanted this other load picked up at 7, or that's when they said 7 o'clock. So I knew right off things were not going to go too well. So, you know, I get there and I wait for them to open up. You know, I go in. They say, "Yeah, just pick a door and back in." So I pop the seal, open the doors, throw the seal in, back in. Now it's only about 8 o'clock. So I'm in there and I'm waiting and I wait and I wait. Now don't get me wrong. I don't mind waiting. Not anymore. But it can be an inconvenience when you know you have another load that you need to get to, right? So anyway, I I wait until I can you know get in get headed out to Victorville. And I said earlier in another video, it's like, you know, 4 something when I get there, you know. And I'm rushing around because I'm looking at my clock, you know. I only have about 2 hours when I leave the city of Industry, you know. And I'm working my way out to get to, you know, 57, 60, 15, you know, to get up there. Now, they have a little fuel route, and so they tell me to go to I-10 exit 61, and there's this fuel stop, A to Z or A through Z. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get to exit 61 and I'm going to see a sign of some sort telling me I've arrived at the right spot. No, 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 no. I get to 61 and I don't see anything. I see like the 2 sisters something or other, or 3 sisters something or other. Now I either turn left or I turn right. I opted for the right because I seen the 3 sisters. I said, well, maybe it's down there. So I go down and around. Nah, it's not down there. So I find me a place to pull over and have to look this thing up. And it is indeed exit 61, but you got to go north off of 10 at exit 61, Bernardino Avenue or Road, and turn right. So now that's like 2 blocks up. There's no way you're going to see that from the interstate. So I get up there, you know, and I find this place. I make the right-hand turn on that Bernardino, and I go down just a little ways, and I look over there, and I see trucks getting fuel. But there's no big building, you know. Hey, I pull in, and on the pump I see A through Z, you know. So, okay, well, I'm in the right spot, but there's no place to put the card in. The lady sits in a little room away from the pumps. So you have to go over there, you know, give her the information. Of course, now the company's already called it in, you know, set up my card. So anyway, you know, I spend that time trying to find this place, and then more time when I get there to pump the fuel. Then I have to go back down. Now it wasn't all that far. It's down around Cherry Avenue, you know, to get out on 15, headed north again. So, you know, I get on it and I take off. But you know, I'm just saying, a little bit of information goes a long way. You know, tell me where the fuel is located. Don't just say exit 61, because that doesn't tell me squat, you know. Yeah, need a little more information than that. Man, I needed the water. So, you know, I get up to Victorville, and it's a DHL place. and I'm hurrying, you know. uh, I get to the guard shack, and the lady doesn't come out and check, and that's good because she asked me. She says, "How much fuel your reefer's got?" Or she says, "Your reefer got 3/4." I said, "Well, it looks like it." Well, it didn't. More like half, you know. And she says, "Is it clean?" And I says, "Well, there's no blood, no guts in it, and it doesn't stink." So, yeah, it's got a few wood chips in there, you know. But I'm in a hurry, and I don't have time to put fuel in a reefer, you know. And besides that, they didn't authorize it, you know. So, man, anyway, you're hurrying along. I get over there, drop the trailer, you know, slide the tandems and all that. Go into the office and get my paperwork and come out. Now, once I hook to that trailer, and I'm still on DHL property, I've got an hour and 18 minutes. And so I leave out, pass by the guard shack, do the checkout routine, you know, and I get going. Now, I can't remember exactly how far it is from DHL Victorville up here to this junction, you know. But I'm looking at that clock, and that clock is ticking, and it's 55 miles an hour, you know. So it takes me a while to get here. And I show up, I think I have about 20 minutes when I get here, you know. But I don't know if any of the rest of you guys have had this issue. Now, it's not new to me because when I drove before, you know, it was the same story, you know, lack of information, not enough time to get someplace, you know. I mean, that part has not changed. Newer trucks, you know, nicer trucks, but the same old routine. So, anyway, I'm here. I've got an empty, and I won't be ready to go until 3 in the morning, and I don't have a load yet. So, I have a feeling that I'll be here in the morning, you know, and I'm not complaining about it. That's all right. I'll get up, run over to the pilot there, wash up good, you know. I wish it was a Lowe's, then I could go there and get me a shower. But not so. But I did go and get me a Subway, one of those steak and cheese, you know, and some milk to go with it because I haven't had any milk for a while. So anyway, well, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we was talking about TRAVELOKO. You know, it's just amazing uh, to me uh, how people get, you know, caught up in this stuff. And you know, it's when I first, and I don't have it anymore. I think I got rid of it. And I posted something what a couple of years ago about TRAVELOKO and some prior businesses that the gentleman who owns TRAVELOKO was involved in, you know. And so, you know, I said, I think I said anyway, or I implied, you know, beware if you work there. And I thought they had gotten on the right path, you know. But with this 1099 stuff that comes out and things that people had to pay, you know. So maybe not. Maybe there's something else going on. I don't know. Maybe we need a full congressional investigation into it. Let's get to the bottom. Let's find out. But I was intrigued when I heard that the little guy was going to be well, I didn't find out he's going to be a media director, as I heard on the Truckers Coach program. uh, I thought he was just going to do recruiting videos and stuff like that. And, you know, so that's news to me. I mean, yeah, I hope the guy makes a go out of it, because it sounds to me like he has this deep desire that he wants to be uh, in the media business, in some capacity. I seen he had a video up, and it might still be up, when he was in the Navy. I think he was working in the scullery, and he was sort of a clown then, and he still behaves that way. So, man, I tell you, I am no good judge of somebody's talent to recruit. You know, unless you're, I know it's chauvinistic. If you're a good-looking woman, and you're recruiting, then you probably get a lot of people to come in. A lot of guys will want to join up. But you know, there's a lot of gullible people out there. I mean, gullible. You know, and you hear about it all the time on the YouTube stuff here. People going to the oil fields, and going to make big time money and all of that kind of malarkey. You know. Yeah. I never bought into that myself. Maybe I'm just a skeptic. And I'm saying, it's like the little old lady who only drove that car to church on Sunday. Yeah, but she drove it to church on Sunday, but Saturday or Friday and Saturday night she was out there at the Pomona drag strip, burning the tires off of it. But she drove it to church on Sunday. That kind of stuff. I still have the green light. Pretty good, huh? Still got the green light. Yeah, not much traffic right now. And the people behind me, though, I'm looking in the mirror there. And yes, indeed. Oh, we got lots of folks parked there. I've been down to this road many, many, many times, in the last 20 years, I guess. And I'd see trucks parked over here on the side. This is the first time that I can recall parking over here for the night, anyway. But it's not too bad, not too bad. You get the train comes by every now and then that's rumbling and stuff like that. So I don't know, I think the comment section is turned on, but since I can't really see it because of the way my system is set up, I don't use YouTube to stream. I have a third-party software. I think the truck's going to start. Yeah. I use a third-party software, and it allows me to have multiple cameras. Uh, you know, I'm thinking about getting 2 more cameras and putting them around, to help with my content, because I really don't have the fancy content that people have. You know, some folks have that face, that says, "Look at me, I'm interesting, and you ought to pay attention. And don't forget to ding, 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 hit the bell and subscribe and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down." I don't have that. Sort of dry. And, I guess it's an ego thing too. You like to have subscribers, mine fluctuates. Sometimes I think I had 178 once, but now I'm down to 176. You know, if you say the wrong thing, people drop. You know, they take off, which is okay. Which is okay. I think I just come to the realization that if I do this, it's for my own benefit. You know, and that's it. You know, I have something to say, and this is a platform to say it on, and you can disagree with me, and that's fine. You know, and that's fine. But so anyway, I was watching the trucker's coach, and you know, it's okay. I have to tell you now. If I was going to grade it on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Uh, Not to be rude, but I don't see it as anything more than maybe a 3, a 4 at best. And here's why. Uh, there's just no, oh, I'm trying to think of a good word. You know, it's not as professional as I would like. If you're going to have a call-in show, right? If you're going to do a call-in show, then you need to be better prepared. You know, and the audio on it. I was trying to listen to one guy who called in, but it was either too loud, overdrive, and everything. You know, for me anyway, I couldn't make out really what he was saying, and so it didn't work that well for me. But you know, if he was to, if he has a room at his house, I think he'd call it the farmhouse. If he has a room at the farmhouse, go in and put him up a green screen and put some kind of nice little backdrop, you know, and get some soundproofing to go around it, okay, and a few other things, you know, and make it a little quieter, you know, test out his system before he starts going live with people calling in, because it just sounds a little tinny to me. I watched, oh, not very much, when the little guy, and Eric, I guess it was there at the TRAVELOKO headquarters there in Calhoun. There was in some room, but they had a lot of echo in it, you know. So if you're going to try to do a show, you need a room that, you know, I mean, if you're going to present yourself as a professional, you know, a media director, right? One of the things you would want to do is have something set up. I could do something about this cold there. A room set up so that you have good quality video and audio, right? So it sounds professional. If you're a media director, you want to be able to come into a room and it doesn't have this echo in it, you know, and you're set up and you're ready to go. You know, maybe doing it instead of live, do a video and then edit it, you know, get your sound right and stuff like that. But I'm sure it'll all come together, you know, for him. If he stays at it, he'll get better at it. I don't know how long I've been on. I've got nothing to do. I've just been sitting here. Let's see. You want to see what's out the window again? I don't know. Let's see if we can find something to look at that's good. Yeah. Oh, it looks like my window's going to fog up with all of this. stuff. Let me see if I can't get rid of some of the fuzziness because of the cold air or something like that. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I would have liked to have made that trip to Sacramento. I was looking forward to going up the 99 because I grew up not far from the 99 and traveled that road many times. That and the 41, you know. So it would have been nice. Would have liked that, but didn't work out. Well, I wonder what's going on with RVT. You know, I haven't seen too much. Now I gotta admit, I admit that I haven't gone looking for him. You know, but sometimes he'd just be prominent. You know, and there'd be all kinds of stuff with the red Viking on it. But I haven't seen anything for quite some time. Nor have I seen anything, and again, because I don't go looking for them, SoCal and Trucking Exec, I haven't seen anything from those folks. But if I looked them up, there might be something there. I don't know. Might be something there. But I just haven't heard people talk about them, you know. So I'm thinking that maybe they're, well, no, bigger and better things, you know. They're not doing too much YouTube anymore. I mean, I got to tell you, normally, since I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, it is now 11:12. I'd be asleep, you know, because I'd be getting up. I'd be getting up early, you know, get myself going. But since I don't have a load, and I'm sitting here, and I like sitting in this spot, gets a little warm during the day, but right now it's not bad. So, yeah, need to look in and see what's going on with these folks, you know. There's good YouTubers out there, you know, truckers and stuff like that. But there's also, like this channel here, not so spiffy, you know. But it is what it is. I say that a lot. It is what it is. I heard that once, and I said, "What do you mean? It is what it is?" You know, because I wanted an answer. You know, I don't want to hear "it is what it is" stuff. So now I just sort of incorporated that with what I have to say. But I do need to look in on some of these other channels, you know, and see what they're up to. I don't know, $80,000 a year for a little guy. That's a lot of money. Lots of money. And a house. You know, they promise you all kinds of stuff and get you to move. And once they get the hook in you, you know, and then you can't easily leave because, you know, it takes money to do that. You know, if you're single, you know, then you can just up and go. You know, if you're married, it's a little tougher because you go somewhere else and you have that week or two that there's no paycheck coming in, and that just sets you further back. Yeah. So. Yeah, they get the hooks in you, and then you're stuck there for a while until you can dig your way out. Yep, we're shutting down. All right. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. I'd like to get me another hat. I have some hats at the house, but I like this old hat from LSUA. Uh, my kids were involved in a lot of Shakespeare plays there, and got this hat. I've had it for a while. Actually, I found it. It belonged to my daughter, and when she got married and left and went on her way, I found this hat. I said, "Yeah, I like that hat," so I took it. You know, I'm going to get me another hat. I'm going to give me a little sea captain's hat, not the one with a little anchor up front, but just more of a merchant marine deckhand kind of hat. Uh, Sort of a, I think they call it a Swedish or Norwegian or something like that. The kind of sailor hat that they would wear. You know, need to get me one of those. But yeah, I put up some videos. They're not all that great, but I enjoy putting them up. Now, it's taken me a long time. Now, I cannot say how well this thing is going because I can't see it. And as strange as it is, I'll tell you something. My little phone, which is not one of those fancy phones, it's a little cheap smartphone kind of thing, But the thing about it is that it will not log on to my Wi-Fi when I run it at 5 gigahertz. Okay, this thing is not capable of doing that. I only use this thing for. This is actually not a. I don't use it as a phone. It's just Wi-Fi stuff, right? That's all I use it for. But it will not log on to my little hotspot thing there. So my desktop, little Lenovo, something like that. I was surprised that it's the only device that I have that will log on when I go to 5 gigahertz. But 5 gigahertz gives me enough bandwidth to keep my little green light on. And I look over there and it says dropped frames 0. So I haven't dropped any frames. Been on 33 minutes and not one frame has dropped. Whereas when I was running the 2 gigahertz, it was iffy, iffy at best. It was not going to work well. So I may buy me another Lenovo. There was only like 350 some bucks, and I'll buy another one and get me a small monitor. I can put the little Lenovo over there on the passenger side. I build me a little box to set it in so it doesn't bounce around, and have it run one little monitor for my maps and stuff, because that's what I really need. I have 3 mapping things. I have two software things, and I don't know what I did with my other device. Oh, it's a little Garmin. Well, you can't see it, and it's black anyway. It's the screen changed color. But I have that Delorme, the window 2008, and about a 2009 topographical program, and I like them pretty good. even though the newer streets are not on it and the newer interstates are not on it. But I can, I've got a Rand McNally, right? If I'm going somewhere and it's in my Rand McNally, I can get on it. And then I just leave a little bread trail, you know. And when I finish, then I take my little button that says, make a road here, And I can just follow the bread trails, right? Go up there, and voila, it treats it like it was a road. Then I can save it and have it, you know, when I need it again, I just use it that way. So it works pretty good. Works pretty good. It has a database that it came with, and it used to be, I think you could update it, but since Delorme sold out to Garmin, they don't update anything anymore, which is too bad. Too bad, because it had this little feature on it called a radar, and you could say the direction you're going, right, read off all the truck stops. But there's more truck stops now that are not in the database, so I wouldn't hear them. But it would tell you as you go along, truck stop umpty ump, so many miles ahead, exit this or that, So it worked pretty good when it was brand new and everything was current. Yep, and trucks are parked up there. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that very well or not. Need a better camera. Well, of course, the camera's inside the truck, right? And there's going to be some diffusion of the light that comes in, so you're not going to be able to see much. I'd like to get me a good outside camera, but these Cascadias, the way the outside mirrors are set up, it'd be very difficult to mount one, But I'd like to have one outside this one. You can have a good view. Oh man. Yeah, and I can't get this. No, that's as far back as that chair is going to go. And even the thing that, yep, it's not gonna lay back anymore. You can't sleep in these. So I don't know if you guys are watching or not, but if you are, appreciate it. Or if you come across it later on, I appreciate it. It's going to be long, it might be a marathon, I don't know. I could sit back there in the bunk and watch Roku, but the Roku the Roku device is old, and it only works on 2 gigahertz, Yep, the only device I have right now is that desktop. That's the only device. Oh man, excuse me. That will work at that speed. So I may have to upgrade my Roku and see if I can get a newer one that has a faster speed to it. Then it wouldn't buffer so much, I mean, it doesn't really buffer that bad now. I watch Netflix, and it seems to do those real good, they just play right on straight through. But I try to watch some of the news and stuff like that, and that's not too good. Sometimes they do a lot of buffering, So I watch a little bit, get the gist of what the daily news is about, and then that's it. I don't stay on it forever. I like to watch a lot of old black and white movies, and I've got Roku. You can go to these channels that pretty much do old black and white. Oh man, old black and white movies, and so that truck's gonna start. Wait for it. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. So I like a lot of old black and white movies. Yeah. Check my batteries in my little. I don't know if I've shown you guys this before or not, but this is a little transmitter for my audio, and I have a receiver that plugs into the computer. And it's, I mean, I can be out walking around as long as I stay within probably 60 feet of line of sight. There's no obstacles in the way. But, you know, which is, it's good. I mean, if I wanted to, if I had a laptop and I wanted to do something outside, you know, I could put a camera up and do the old clap 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 for the noise for the marker, and record something that's being videotaped, right, or videoed, and then I just take the video out of the movie and put or take the audio out and put the better audio in, you know. So I've done that a few times where, I have a mixer at the house, and I try to get the best audio that I can in there. And I practice for that stuff a lot. I tell you, when you get things off the shelf, it's a lot of mismatched stuff, and you're lucky if you get something that works good. Man, there's tons of trucks going by. I'm glad I'm at where I'm at. I'm really off the road, and so those guys that are down there parked pretty close to the road, I wouldn't want that. Too many trucks coming by. It'd be tough to sleep that way. Over here, the worst I have is that train. There's probably trains that come by 4 or 5 times a day. And they make some noise, but other than that, this is not bad. Not bad. Well, I think they forgot about me. Yeah, and I'm not going to pick up any hours until. No, let's see. When did I? Look at my graph here. Okay. 6/22, 18/22. So I wouldn't be able to roll till 4/20. I wouldn't get anything until 4/22, I don't think. Or, 4/22. Yeah, something like that. 16/22, 4/22. So, yeah, I'll sleep good tonight. And I wonder what else is going on. I'll tell you, in a way, I wish I could. Watch the video part on the YouTube, but can't do it. It seems like since I'm doing a third-party stream software, if I try to get on, then it goes red on me, So I can't do that. I had that one coming out of City of Industry, and but it was choppy, and this could be choppy too. I don't know. I won't know until I stop and let it go through the little process of being posted on YouTube, if it was any good at all. Uh, 5 gigahertz. Now my two cameras are running at 1080. Okay, so that takes up a lot. Now, if I was just running one camera, maybe it would be a smoother. That's something for me to think about. You know, I said, well, I get an extra camera or two, you know, and I can, because with this software, I can have as many cameras as I want, as long as the system will, you know, can handle all of it, you know. But if I was doing like just straight video recording, right, probably have 4 cameras, you know, set up in different locations, different angles, different uh, depth, you know, I mean, as far as depth, I mean, close-ups and full shots and stuff like that, you know, quarter shots or whatever they call it. You know, and then you just click through the ones you want. Oh, man, excuse me. Boy, when I got a yawn, I have to yawn. Well, I think I will call it a night and get some sleep while I can. And for those of you who stumble across this and watch it, thank you very much. Leave a comment, and so that my feelings are not bruised. You know, uh, hit the old subscribe button. I keep losing people. I know. I brush my teeth. You know, I use mouthwash, right? You know, and I bathe sort of regular. You know, and I use some Febreze, you know, to make me smell good. So I don't know. And I try not to be overly critical of people who are entertainers on YouTube, you know, who consider themselves entertainers. I try not to burst anybody's bubble and so forth. But now, you guys know, I like to say it because I believe in it. You know, be safe out on that highway. Make lots of money. All right. And get home to your family and your friends, you know. You can't be like me. Be out here 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. You know, you need to get home. Get home and spend some of that money. All right, I've got to turn around and click the stop button, and that will end this. Okay, that's probably going to take a few minutes, so you're going to get a chance to look at my ugly face here. Okay, I'm going to push the button, and then I have to wait a